Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Buzz. As usual, we'll do our kickoff kudos. Tom, do you want to start?
Well, since you said kickoff kudos, I should probably talk about Drew Farley of no. I'm going to go with the Boone Central, Valentine, and Wayne girls golf teams. They made this week's Class C state golf tournament at Quail Run in Columbus a little bit more interesting than you might have thought coming in. They were all tied after the first day, and as we all know by now, it turned into a terrific race on day two.
And, we talk football a lot here, but I as well go to the golf game for my kudos. Danielle Lemke of Donovan Trumbull, not in our coverage area. However, she's going to become only the second girl ever in Nebraska State history, or she did become the second girl in Nebraska State history, to win 4 straight state titles, tying Angie Wilson of Lincoln Southeast, who won 5 Class A titles from 85 to 88. Now, Lemke does have some area ties. Her mother was a 1985 graduate of Battle Creek High School, Lisa Buckendahl. And today, there isn't a prouder grandpa than Ronnie Buckendahl of Battle Creek. Enjoy that victory, Ronnie.
I will.
Let's move on. It's time for Eddie on the Spot, and Eddie's interview this week is with Humphrey Bulldog coach Gary Bender.
Well, Coach, tonight you guys seemed like you guys were in sync. A quick start in the first 2 sets. I know the third set they had a few a run right at the beginning, but you guys just never quit.
No, we had some serious hustle plays out there tonight, and it kind of got us going. Last couple of weeks we've been playing very well, and I think, like you said, tonight we were all in sync, we're all on the same page, and I'm hoping we're pretty tough when we do that.
So, looking at it, I know some of those hustle plays. Alyssa Frondorfer,
she's just a great athlete. There's no hiding that. She does a lot for us, but we have 7, 8, 9 girls that can do some things. So, I think we have a balanced attack.
You have to be pretty pleased with where you're at at this point of the season.
They beat us earlier in the season, so we kind of avenged that one. So, I think every practice, every game, we're getting better. So, hopefully continue that.
Pro football, what are we talking about?
I really think the Colts are losing intentionally now. Once they lost Manning, they thought, you know what, let's put ourselves right in the top spot so we can get Andrew Luck and he can learn a little bit under Peyton Manning, and then we'll have a dynasty for the next 15 years. Good thinking, Indianapolis.
I'm trying to figure out if the Rams will use Bradford and Luck in the same backfield.
Oh, you could pretty much line Luck anywhere up on the field.
Just two unbeatens. Again, Packers host the Rams, stay unbeaten. The Lions host the red-hot 49ers, which could be a game.
Red-hot 49ers, undefeated Lions. What is this, 1993?
Let's talk college football.
Okay.
I just want to give a little shout-out to Taylor Martinez, quarterback of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The kid went through a tough week where everybody, including myself, was calling for a change at quarterback.
Because the media hates him. We're all out to get you, Taylor.
He not only shut me up, but it's clear he's the best. He's the best we have, and so now I can fully focus my criticism on the defense.
I would like to thank him too, because he confirmed my belief that it was the play calling against Wisconsin that really was the problem. And obviously, when you balance the play calling against Ohio State in the second half, Taylor Martinez was a little more prone to success. And the interesting thing is he did kind of seem to advance his game a little bit, because he was checking off to his second receivers. And the Burkhead touchdown, I mean, that was just a play made by Martinez. He, instead of launching it downfield to his primary receiver, he saw his outlet man, found him, touchdown. Nebraska wins a football game. Crowd goes wild. It was fun. I wasn't even there, and I had fun. My couch is comfortable.
Have you... we're moving to high school football, and hopefully Tom has had time to emotionally prepare himself after the big Pierce Catholic, which lived up to all the hype.
Finally. And that's one of those games that every year they're, right in 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4. And a lot of times it doesn't live up to the hype, where it's a 37-14 game, and then they meet again in the playoffs, and it's a 37-14 game the other way. This year, obviously, it was 16-14 game. Drew Farley, incredible kicker for Norfolk Catholic. If you weren't at the game, you missed. He kicked a 44-yard field goal into the wind, and it was blowing, gusting probably 35, 40 miles an hour. Later in the game, his game-winning field goal, he had the wind at his back, and it was, I believe, a 43-yard field goal, and this thing almost left the stadium. It had like 25 yards beyond the goalpost. It would have been good from about 70 probably, so he's just a sensational kicker. Now we get to rebound this week, and we have another number 1 versus number 2 battle. This is in Class D. Howells puts its 237 million game winning streak on the line against Humphrey St. Francis, and St. Francis is really the only team that's beaten Howells over the last decade in 8-man football. Howells has just 3 losses since 2000 in the 8-man game. They have a couple other losses in the 2 years they played 11-man, but 2 of those 3 losses came to Humphrey St. Francis, but the Flyers haven't beaten the Bobcats since 2005. They get them at home this year. St. Francis has given up 20 points on the season defensively. All 20 of those points came in one game in the second half after they'd already built a 44-0 lead. I think if there's a year, Howells is obviously, I mean, they're the cream of the crop every single year, and this year they're just as good, if not better, than any other year. But if there's any year that St. Francis has a shot at them, I think it's this year.
All righty, the director says we're out of time, so the reminder that our next live stream will be 4-2 St. Paul at 6-0 Norfolk Catholic this Friday, and please join us again next week for another edition of The Buzz.